Ladies and gentlemen, I'm muted. Unmute me. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you saw the thumbnail, you saw the title. Let's get at it. That is my alma mater's very, very emotional anthem. We sing that at every graduation. We sing that at every new student orientation. We sing it at every wedding. We sing it at baby showers. We sing it at birthday parties. We sing it all the time. And we enjoy singing it. We sing it at alumni meetings. We sing it all the time. Dear old Morehouse. So, ladies and gentlemen, you may or may not, my name is Jason, and this is Dear Woke Christian. I like to give social and political commentary from a Christian male perspective. This coming weekend, Morehouse will be celebrating its 140th commencement service, commencement graduation. And let me stick with my monologue. On a misty Sunday morning, about 6 o'clock in the morning, on May 16th, an excited 25-year-old stepped out of King's Chapel for the last time. Him and 325 of his other brothers, this would be their last time walking out of King's Chapel as men of Morehouse. Because the next time that they walk into King's Chapel, the next time they were outside of King's Chapel, the next time that they greeted one another, they would greet one another as Morehouse men. I have a great deal of pride and respect and thanksgiving to God for allowing me to be a member of the class of the 115th commencement in the class of 1999. Morehouse College. So as I look at this coming Sunday, May 19th, and realize that we will be celebrating the 140th commencement celebration, this would be my 25th reunion year. And 25th reunion year, I do look at it with a little bit of sadness. I do, because I feel like we have not protected Morehouse. And I'm going to explain why. You all know that Joe Biden will be giving the commencement address, and he will be bestowed the honorary title of a Morehouse man. I feel like that's definitely, unequivocally, a lap too far. But we're going to talk about it. I'm going to look at it today. I want to thank every last one of you all who stopped by. Always good to see Q in the building. I'm glad to see Mark from our Harrisburg campus. Always good to see you. Good to see you there. Polly's in the building. Thank you so much for your time today. And Greg is here. Thank you so much. And hopefully we will have an opportunity to kind of dig into a little bit about this and my thoughts, my opinions on Joe Biden coming to speak at Morehouse. And as you know, there's been a whole lot of consternation in the HBCU communities, alumni associations, student organizations, those who are going to be graduating and such like that, about what should he be allowed to speak, so on and so forth. I got some opinions on that, but yeah. So I do want to say my intent and my desire was to actually go to graduation this year. I had fully intended to do so, but I did not get a ticket. I did not get a ticket. So there's a couple of opportunities this afternoon and possibly tomorrow. If I get a ticket, I'll be in there on Sunday. If not, I'll have to armchair quarterback it. I don't know. I hate it because I really wanted to go. I talked myself into it, bought new microphones, the whole nine. I was ready to go. But I'll still be talking about it, whether I'm there, boots on the ground or not. I still will be discussing it. But so yeah, there's a possibility I might not be able to go because you actually need a ticket this year to get in, and which made perfect sense. And I don't know why I was slow dragging and didn't do it. So, and that's my fault. Let's get at this, people. Thank you all so much. Let's go. All right.
This is the quickest way to clear out stuck poop.
Fiber helps you poop, right?
I guess so.
What about drinking?
A group of Morehouse students are pushing back on.
All right, so we're going to look at a couple of newspaper articles, and then we're going to look at the letter from the Alumni Association about this topic. And I wouldn't mind hearing what you all think about it. And just letting you know, if you are a person of less melanin, or you did not go to a historically Black college or university, you might not even went to a college, you can have an opinion. Everybody's opinion is valid. All I do ask is that we always be respectful of other people's opinions. So, of course, my opinion on the matter might contradict others, and that's perfectly fine. I like to hear different views and opinions, even those that went to lesser schools like Howard. We got to respect them too. I mean, not everybody can come to the Atlanta University Center. Let's go.
A group of Morehouse students are pushing back on President Joe Biden's coming to their commencement to give the address there. Today, they held a protest on campus calling for a ceasefire in the Israel-Hamas war and against the president's visit. A group of about 25 people showed up, but they say they represent the majority of the Atlanta University Center students who disagree with the war in Gaza. They say even if they are unsuccessful in stopping President Biden from speaking at commencement, they will continue to take a stand.
It's not just about Palestine. We remember the 94 crimes.
Y'all remember that child. Y'all remember my guy over here. I'm trying to give him respect, man, but I'm sorry. I got nothing for this guy. Why do they keep asking him questions? He talking about the 94 crime bill. Sir, you don't remember the 94 crime bill. You were not alive during the 94 crime bill. Please stop it. Stop it.
Crime bill. We as Black people remember mass incarceration. Ceasefire now. Stop sending weapons to a genocidal regime. Respect international law. And don't try to use us for political clout. We are not pawns. We do not wish to be a part of your campaign. And whether or not you are able to get elected is purely on you.
Right now, the group says they have no plans to protest the commencement, but say that could change.
Yo, I saw Secret Service down there yesterday. That ain't gonna change. Let me tell you that right now. Y'all can say what you want to say. You can be big talk all you want. Let me tell you right now, them rascals are not down there playing games with y'all. Y'all gonna go down there and look real, some kind of foolish, and you're gonna want us to sit there and respond to it, and it's not gonna happen. Now, I wanted to start there because the young man that they interviewed, I don't know why they keep interviewing him, but he talked about some things that I really think are problematic. He talked about the 94 crime bill. Sure, that's a big deal. It is a big deal. He talked about mass incarceration. Sure, that's a big deal. I totally get it. What he doesn't seem to understand, however, is where he is standing. He's standing right outside the Massey Center where I literally went there last Saturday. He's standing right outside the Massey Center, and there's all kinds of things right there in real time that this young man is completely oblivious to. I mean, they're literally meth addicts, crack addicts, drug addicts, just a block over from him. There are people that are in abject poverty right down the street around the corner from him. But he's not concerned about those things. He's worrying about something going on overseas. And I believe it's just because it's performative. I believe it's just because it makes you virtue signal and say, hey, I'm a good person because I'm speaking out against this, but I'm not addressing the issues that are really in my own community, literally within a block of where that young man is standing. And I think it's super problematic, very problematic. And the idea and the notion that these young men who more than likely, if they're graduating in 2024, they probably are graduates of the 2020 class. Y'all kind of remember what happened in 2020, right? They didn't have a high school graduation. Many of them didn't. And now now on the cusp of crossing over, to complete Morehouse in 4 years is a big deal. Let's not limit that. So they got finished with school. And now y'all are going to protest over something that doesn't affect them directly. I think the reason, something else that really is like staggering to me is how many adults, and I say adults, grown men who are well in their careers, they got their families established, so on and so forth, are okay with this behavior. It is amazing. All right, let's go. Is this the second one right here? Let's see. Yes, this is the article we're going to read. The Guardian wants us to read this article. There we go. Morehouse College. And this is why I said it is that's why I labeled this one a house divided. Because the Alumni Association seems to be very not on the same page, if you will, about this. And I'm very surprised, extremely surprised. I got tons of text messages and group texts. I'm like, yo, and we're okay with this? It is amazing. Rather than celebrate, I think it's 425 men that will be graduating on Sunday. Rather than celebrate 425 men that will be included into this wonderful happening of being Morehouse men, we are going to allow 8, 9, maybe even 10. Hey, you know what? I'll even give you 10%. 40 ruin it for everybody. Morehouse College faculty votes to give Biden honorary doctorate in split vote. I hate that they're giving him a doctorate. I hate that he would be considered a Morehouse man, just like Obama's considered a Morehouse man with this. I don't know I don't think they go around and use the moniker or anything like that. But the fact that you received the degree is problematic to me. But I'm saying it's problematic because there are far more greater things that Biden has done against the Black community. I'll even go as far to say in the Southwest Atlanta area. Biden has done worse things to hurt the Black community in Southwest Atlanta, where the Atlanta University Center is, than he's done overseas. There you go. Catch me outside if you want to fight me. Vote to confer was a 50-38 decision as students and alumni protest at Biden being commencement speaker over handling of Gaza war. No, I disagree with him because of the way he's handled, period, everything. There's not much. I would love to talk to Dr. Thomas and find out what was it that Biden has done that you wanted to celebrate in the first place. If the situation going on in the Middle East had not kicked off, I promise you, if the situation in the Middle East hadn't kicked off, we wouldn't be having this conversation. They wouldn't care. So we know that the care and the concern is very, very transactional. It's only because it fits a narrative and allows children to be disruptive in the cereal aisle. I know I said it, dearwokec@gmail.com. However, if that had not happened, I don't think we would be having any discussion about whether or not they were okay with Biden coming. Because remember, Biden is the most popular president on the history of ever, okay? I mean, literally, I think trees in the forest were voting for this guy. So he's the most popular ever. Let us continue. Joe, Morehouse College faculty voted on Thursday to confer an honorary doctorate on Joe Biden during the upcoming graduation ceremony on Sunday, for which he plans to deliver the commencement address. The vote to confer honorary doctorate was 50-38 decision. I don't know if they ever have done that before. I really wonder, do they vote on this before? Or is this just because I mean, it's just an honorary. It doesn't mean anything. He doesn't get to come to alumni meetings. He's not going to have like, he's not, he's not going to get, he's not going to get a sport coat. He's not going to wear, I should have worn my alumni hat. It's in the kitchen. I mean, he's not going to get the honor. I mean, really, he's not going to carry his flag. Like, what's the purpose of it? I didn't know that they actually voted on whether or not somebody could get an honorary degree from us. But that's an interesting thing as well. But I digress. The vote to confer the honorary doctorate was 50 to 38. Decision was about a dozen faculty members abstaining ahead of the planned visit, which has prompted protests from some students, faculty, and alumni over the president's handling of the war between Israel and Hamas. That's not true. No, there are far other issues. And I've listed off at least 3 that are extremely problematic. Extremely problematic. And I think it's interesting, down here in the bottom right here, if you see right here, this is when Joe Biden came to speak at Morehouse in 2022. I just think it's adorable that people are saying that him coming to speak at graduation is a political move. What was it then? Let's just be honest. Politicians coming to speak places is always political. Let's just say it like it is, because they're politicians. That would be like me as a clergy person going to speak somewhere where it's always going to be biblical. If he's going to be talking about something, anything I say or do is going to reflect on the Christian faith if I go to speak somewhere as a clergyman. That just makes sense. Now, same thing here. Why are y'all looking at it differently, as if Joe Biden's participation in going to Morehouse before was different than it is now? That doesn't even make sense. I did want to look at that real quick. Let me see. So this is the picture rather is just from when he was at Morehouse in 2022. But yeah, he was at Clark and Morehouse, January 11th, 2022. Right. I'm just looking to see. Nobody seemed to have an issue with him there. I just don't understand why you have an issue with him now. The things that he was doing then, again, for the community, and I think I dare to say that the Southwest Atlanta community was in worse shape then. You were okay with it then. This is just performative. Though the decision to host Biden as speaker came in September, it wasn't until last month that Morehouse announced plans for Biden to both serve as commencement speaker and to receive an honorary degree from the historically Black college in Atlanta in a key swing state of Georgia. There's a lot there. There's a lot in that sentence, in that paragraph right there. There's a lot. There's a lot there. Because, I mean, most of the time, it does sound like they're kind of like trying to keep it close to the vest and not share it and not let people know. But no, I mean, that was exactly how they usually do. They don't tell you who the commencement speaker is until going into April. And of course, they're going to make the decision in September because they got to do the background checks. They got to do all the Secret Service sweeps and all that kind of jazz like that. I mean, that's perfectly normal behavior. I do think it's historic. I think it's comical, though, that he's going to be getting a degree from the premier male Black HBCU from Black men in Georgia. I just think that is just, that last sentence right there is really telling. But let us continue. Let us go. Biden, who is campaigning to win. So apparently now it's a big deal. Campaigning to win a second term in the White House is also trying to boost fragile support among voters of color. No, he's losing I'm going to go on a limb here. The identity politics that Obama brought in of dividing people into voting blocks and classes, that's falling away. People don't like that. I'm just going to say they might have abided by it. They might have gave into it. They might have been okay with it in other instances. No, people don't like that. I'm sorry. I'm not a voter of color. That's just ignorant. I'm a voter. I'm a Georgian. Okay. And sure, you can say I'm a Black man. Got you. No problem there. But the more you try to segment people, the sillier it gets, because I don't think as a monolith. I don't think as a group think. There's not a hive mind. Just because we are black men that graduated from Morehouse College. Good gracious, if I showed y'all the group text, y'all would all say, yo, y'all do not agree on this. No, we don't. So I'm not under the delusion or the perception that because I'm black, again, the idea here is that Biden should have support from voters of color. No, Biden hasn't earned my vote, period. That's it. End of day. End of day. That's it. He hasn't earned my vote because when I get done here, I have to go to the grocery store. And I've told y'all this multiple times over again. I'm going to start campaigning in the grocery store. I'm going to go down the bread aisle, the milk aisle, and the egg aisle. And then I'm going to stand outside of the gas station and I'm just going to campaign because that will be the proof. That is what Biden's legacy is. Because everybody has to buy gas, whether you're rich, whether you're poor. Everybody's got to buy groceries, whether you got a whole lot or you have very little. Everybody's got to buy it, and Biden is responsible for that. So why in the world should I celebrate somebody that's making it more difficult for me to take care of my family? I'm just wondering. I'm just asking questions. Catch me outside if you want to fight. Here we go. Let us continue. Faculty is campaigning. Fragile votes and young voters, two key parts of the coalition to help get him elected. I guess if that's what you want to believe, he's the most popular president on the history of ever. If Biden just got the same amount of votes that he got the last time, he wouldn't even have to worry about it. I'm just saying, he is the most popular president in the history of ever. I mean, I literally think they had lobsters voting for this guy. It's amazing. It's amazing. Why are you worried that he's going to lose? He is the most popular president. He was more popular than Obama. I just want y'all to just let that process, let that marinate for a second. He was more popular than Obama. He got more votes than Obama did. Faculty and staff for justice in Palestine. Georgia released a statement last month shortly after the confirmation of Biden would appear was made. But they don't have a faculty and staff for the Atlanta University Center. They don't have a faculty and staff for Southwest Atlanta, for the West End. That's gross. That is gross. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to read this statement like I want to read it. So if you have a problem with it, catch me outside. More than entirely too many Atlanteans have been killed, mostly women and children. Jason Whitaker's statement says, more than entirely too many have been injured. Every hospital and university in the Atlanta University Center should be completely outraged. None of this would have been possible if without the support and sponsorship of Black people who refuse to do anything to support their own communities. Any college and university that gives commencement stage to Joe Biden at this moment is endorsing complete and utter foolishness. There, I'm just going to say it like I want to say it. You people are crazy. You people are insane. You're more worried about what's going on, performative protests overseas, than you are about what's going on in the Atlanta University Center right now in 4K. I did a whole last weekend, me and Independent Mail, shout out to Independent Mail, we drove around the Atlanta University Center showing you for about an hour and a half of the kinds of stuff that's going on down there. And these people got the audacity, the unmitigated gall to be worried about what's going on 9 time zones away, and you're not worried about what's going on 9 feet away? Those children are standing outside the Massey Center talking about free Palestine, and there's broke people across the street from them. Edward Ahmad Mitchell, a national deputy director of the Council for American Islamic Relations, and himself a Morehouse graduate, called on the college to rescind its invitation. Mitchell said last month, although I completely understand why Morehouse would normally want the President of the United States to speak on their commencement, our institution would never welcome any and every president to speak. George W. Bush would not have been welcome at the height of the Iraq War or in the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina, and Donald Trump would not have been welcome at any time. Notice, and I do understand, my alma mater is it is left. It is extremely left and it's such like that. But guess what? Other institutions have chosen people that were less problematic, and you don't hear anything about them. You don't hear anything about Clark Atlanta's, commencement year. Nothing about Spelmans. Nothing about other schools that have chosen to make a right decision. Joe Biden shouldn't have been invited, period. It doesn't matter about Trump. It doesn't matter about Bush. It matters, why do you have Joe Biden at all is the question. And I dare say even, why did you have Obama? But I'm here to pick fights. Like others, Mitchell specifically referenced Joe Biden's actions in Gaza as a reason to rescind his invitation. So again, Mitchell doesn't care about what's going on in his own community. In the university center, he doesn't care. And we have alumni meeting this Tuesday. And I'm gonna look for this guy. Is Ahmad Mitchell here? Is he here? I would love to hear what you're gonna say, Mr. Mitchell, about what's going on outside of the student center or the alumni center. I would love to hear your thoughts on that. But see, that has nothing to do with Joe. It has nothing to do with Trump or Bush or anybody, not even Obama. It's got stuff to do with us. Why are we allowing this kind of foolishness to exist in our community, but then we poke our nose up and point our finger at somebody else in Washington, D.C. and what he's doing 9 time zones away? Boy, miss me with this dumb stuff. Because the White House still refuses to end our government's military and financial diplomatic support for Benjamin Netanyahu's genocide in Gaza, President Biden should not speak at Morehouse's commencement, he wrote. But not for what Mayor Dickinson is doing here in Atlanta. Nothing to say there. Nothing to say about what's going on within a stone's throw of where this man graduated from. But see, we just fool. This is the problem. We refuse to be honest and tell the truth. Like, there are some very serious issues that we, as people of the high melanin content, must address. We cannot sit there and pretend like we don't have any issues that we need to deal with. Everything's hunky-dory in our house, so let's go ahead and point the finger at somebody's house that's on fire 9 time zones away. But our house, the house, is not protected. We've not done what we need to do for our own communities. And I'm going to say it again. If the Black community could resolve its issues, I believe that would be a blessing to the white community, the Asian community, Hispanics, Indians. I believe every other community would be greatly blessed by Black people. And I'm going to even get it down even further, by Black men holding their responsibilities in their community. Black men marrying their wives and raising their kids, building community, building businesses, I believe that emphatically. It would be a blessing to everyone else. Now, somebody in the comments is going to get on there and get their thunder fingers and say, Jason, why are you saying that if Black men do what they need to do, then the rest of the communities will be blessed and so on and so forth and blah, blah, blah? Got you. Not a problem. Let's go back to the child that was speaking a moment ago about the 94 crime bill. Does the 94 crime bill affect white people? Does the 94 crime bill impact Hispanics, Asians, Indians, South Americans? No, it impacts primarily Black people, and even more specifically, Black men. What about the war on drugs? What about the war on drugs? Is that primarily working against white people? Primarily. No, it's not. No, it's not Hispanics primarily. There's a lot of Hispanic people that are negatively impacted by the war on drugs in other countries, but here in the United States, who's it generally impacting? That's right. Let's talk about gangs. Sure, there are other ethnic group gangs, but when we talk about gangs, what do we mostly talk about? I got you. Talking about little Black boys. Absolutely. And Black men. That's my point. The more Black men deal with their sinful natures at the foot of the cross and get right, the better it's going to be for other people. Because we won't be talking about the 94 crime bill. We won't be talking about the war on drugs. We won't be talking about gangs. We won't be talking about the complete and utter decimation of children in the womb, because Black men won't be primarily running around sticking it wherever they can put it. I'm just saying. DearWokeC@gmail.com. And I'm going to put the open invitation out there. You got a question, comment, concern. You don't like what I'm saying. Okay, fine. You might actually want to throw hands. We can meet at the Marietta Square. You can come to my studio. You can tell me how terrible a person I am, or you can come online. We can schedule a time, and you can come on here and tell me how obtuse I am, that I'm concerned about what's going on in my own neighborhood, in my own house, than I am concerned about somebody else's neighborhood and somebody else's house. Because think about it. If our house was taken care of, we wouldn't be worried about what's going on over there because it probably wouldn't be happening. I'm just saying. DearWokesee@gmail.com. Please get all in your feelings. Please get all of your issues out. Let them out into the comment section. Please make sure that you let me know what you think. I really do appreciate it. Let us continue. Let us go. Despite the faculty's decision to vote in favor of Biden receiving, did I miss a line? I did. Ahead of the commencement, Steve Benjamin, ahead of the White House Office of Public Engagement, met with Morehouse faculty and students for a reported 2 hours. Some students expressed concern that Biden would use the opportunity to make a campaign speech instead of focusing on their graduation. Okay, you know what? I am going to give them that. I'll even give other politicians that have come to speak. Graduation was about the students that were sitting, the men that were sitting in the seats. So I do believe that is a valid concern. Look, Jason's trying to be fair. I do believe that's a valid concern. The commencement should not be about vote for me because I'm a great guy. Vote for me because you're paying $4.95 for gas. Vote for me because you paid $8 for a loaf of bread. Vote for me because you don't even have kids anymore to buy the milk because you had to give your kids away to buy the milk. I don't think that's going to be the case. I do believe that's a valid concern. All right, despite the faculty's decision to vote in favor of Biden receiving an honorary degree, the school and White House are preparing for students to protest at the graduation ceremony. Okay, we're going to watch 2, 3. We got 3 more news articles about this. I'm sorry. I believe the Atlanta News wants there to be a protest. I do believe that. You'll see it in a second. I believe they want there to be a protest. Couple reasons. Because Morehouse is a closed campus, and it's a super closed campus on this weekend. So you ain't just rolling up in there. You're not sending. There won't be outsiders. The community won't be there. You're gonna have to be there and with an invitation, or you have to be there with proper intentions. So I believe they really want there to be some form of protest, outrage, something going on. I hate that. That's why I really wanted to be there, and prayerfully I will be there on Sunday. But to see it, I want to see what is being said by the president, because if there is disruption, that's all they're going to talk about. They're not going to talk about what he was what was his speech about, what was he reading from the teleprompter, and so forth. But watching the news going on here, the Atlanta news media outlets, they want there to be a protest. They do. They want there to be a protest here. And I hate to say it, when I'm reading from alumni associations and such like that, from the Facebook page and the group me's, there's some people that have zero issue with that. And it is staggering. It's staggering. But I continue. Thomas has said that he will cancel or discontinue the commencement service on the spot. This will be the last time. I will say this emphatically. If this happens, President Thomas will not be the president come homecoming, come October. If he cancels, I'm just going to put a little highlight right here. If he cancels if he cancels graduation or puts a stop to it over somebody protesting, he has now just told the entire world that we are going to stop graduation if you come and do something. I'm sorry. He will not be president. And I like him. I like President Thomas. I think he seems like a very nice man. He seems like he has a good intention for the House. But if graduation is paused, if graduation is stopped, and we're going to watch a video where he actually says this, I'm sorry, he will not be president next Tuesday. And I will gladly vote for him to get out, because that is unacceptable. We do not we do not behave in this manner, and to tell the Morehouse men who've gone through the challenges of getting to this place, they're almost the finish line. Hold on, this is Superman calling me. This is great. Hold on one second. Bruh, I'm online. Everything good? What? I'm doing a video right now. Okay, hit me back. Why'd you answer the phone? Because I didn't know if you were gonna tell me you got me a ticket to get into graduation. I didn't know that's what that text message meant. I need a ticket, bruh. Can't get in the game without a ticket. I'll catch you in a minute. All right. Okay, go. That's my college roommate. He's completely livid. He has a sophomore at Morehouse right now, and he's completely livid. So this sentence right here, trust me, I am not just imposing it out there and putting it out there and whatnot. I'm telling you that the House is not pleased with this sentence. That it's possible that you would pause graduation. You've now told them that, oh, we will pause it if you do something ridiculous. So did you not just put out a big red flag for people to do something ridiculous so they can get attention? The children already told you they want attention. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, let us continue. I lost my place. If protesters were to grow to a point that people were removed from the commencement in zip ties, in a statement last week, he called for protesters to remain non-disruptive. He's already told you what he's going to do. He told you what he's going to do. I think that was the worst thing President Thomas could have ever done. I'm sorry. Next to actually having Biden come in the first place, because I don't think Biden should have been invited. That's just me again. I don't know what were you excited about? I really, truly don't know. What did Biden do that you were okay with? Let's finish this up, Jason. We recognize that wearable accessories of solidarity, such as stoles, caps, decor, and collar pins, can be powerful symbols of support for important causes. Do y'all have stoles, cap, decor, and collar pins for what's going on in the West End? Do you have any of that for the poor people that are literally around the Atlanta University Center? I'm only asking questions. Do y'all do that kind of stuff for them? But you'll do it for somebody 9 time zones away. This is why I call this performative protest. It has no purpose. It will result in nothing but just weaken the value of what Morehouse has produced. That's all it is. It has no other value. It adds nothing to the narrative except that we protested something that we weren't going to change, that we had no ability, no power to change. I'm going to finish this up. However, it is essential that we maintain a spirit of peace, respect, and joy during this momentous occasion for the resilience of the class of 2024. Amen. And their loved ones. Absolutely. We do not want any further attention to be diverted from their long-awaited day of celebration. President Thomas, I'm promising you, if you pause graduation because some child is having a fit on the cereal aisle, if you pause graduation because some toddler is throwing a tantrum, sir, you've besmirched what we've done. You've lessened what we as Morehouse men have accomplished. And sir, that is a crazy, crazy idea. I'm sorry. That is just the most absurd thing I can even think of. And I hear what you're saying, but sir, I need you to graduation is not up to discussion. I'm sorry. Because then just think about it. What would stop it from any other time? What would stop it from any other time? Well, I mean, what would stop them any other time wanting to put a halt to, dare I say, one of the most important days in a man of Morehouse's experience when he becomes a Morehouse man? I'm sorry, President Thomas, if I'm telling you right now, pausing it is a fool's errand. I pray that you never do that, but I got a bad feeling. I told you I got a bad feeling about this. All right, let us go. We already talked about that, Jason. All right. Here it is.
This is the reason why I've canceled my doorbell camera subscription.
Amazon.
Brand new
A White House official met with...
This is the reason why I should get YouTube Premium. All right. We got we got 2 articles I want you to just watch. I really believe that the Atlanta News wants there to be unrest. I really believe that. I'm not saying that hyperbole. I'm not just saying it to be, to garner views, anything like that. Even though there's 250 y'all watching this, thank y'all so much. There's 26 of y'all that have liked it. So hey, can you help a brother out? That'd be great. If I can get a couple more, that would be fantastic. Let's break 30. Got to break 30. Like I got 26 people that have liked the video. But let us go. I want you to listen to the attitude, if you will. Listen to the tone of the local police, the local news. Let's go.
A White House official met with Morehouse students and faculty members ahead of President Biden's commencement speech on Sunday.
It follows some community concerns that the president's handling of the Israel-Hamas war would steal the spotlight from students. Fox 5's Brittany Edney joins us now live from the campus. And Brittany, what are you finding out about this meeting?
Well, Courtney, a Morehouse official told us that not only was this meeting needed, but it was a powerful one. Morehouse College has a legacy of producing extraordinary leaders and pillars of the community.
Notice the first thing they show you is the riots and foolishness that went on at Emory University. They don't show you students. They don't show you the pillars of the community that they just regaled. I'm going to back it up a second so you can see. They want there to be foolishness at graduation. They want that. I know somebody said negativity sells. I agree. It sells. But we can't be this foolish to walk into this meat grinder without noticing they're playing you. Watch this.
Community. During a time of nationwide protests at college campuses, Morehouse students are engaging in important conversations directly with the White House. Something one parent says speaks to the school's prestige.
I'm going to say something else here. Without you knowing, and down in the chat, real quick, let's get a little participation. Without you knowing, would you know that Morehouse College puts out more black male graduates every year than any other college on the planet? Would you know that based upon what we've seen in the first 49 seconds of this video? Put in the chat. Would you know that based upon what we've seen? Looks like the general consensus, like my own, is no. I'm gonna give grief to all of them because I got another news source as well. This is Fox. You don't actually know that this school actually puts out black men. Now, Mom is about to say something in a second, but that does not negate the fact that I don't know, like, is this a male, female school? Is this a co-ed school? I don't know. They're not giving you anything, but watch what she does. Back up just a smidgen, Jason. Thank you, everybody that's liked the video. I appreciate y'all.
Speaks to the school's prestige.
Dr. Martin Luther King was a student here at Morehouse, and we see he was an advocate. And I think having students and the Morehouse students at that table, sharing their concerns, sharing their opinions, and speaking with the administration is wonderful.
A Morehouse official says the meeting with Steve Benjamin lasted around 2 hours and, quote, turned out to be very powerful, and that the president's speech should be focused on celebrating students' accomplishments.
No, I think it's a great opportunity for the graduates to have a sitting president speaking at their commencement, and I think it will be a memory that they'll have for a lifetime.
The White House says President Joe Biden is looking forward to Sunday's commencement speech.
He's looking forward to speaking not just to the students, but obviously families and loved ones who were here, who will be there to hear.
They have no black man on this interview. They had the gentleman from the White House. He's not House. They got the press secretary. She's not House. What's the purpose? What are we doing? What is going on here? I'm just pointing this out. They've shown Joe Biden more times than they show anybody from Morehouse.
To celebrate the students, but also to hear a message from this president.
We've also learned the college is working with the Secret Service to ensure safety for all, and that wristbands would be needed for entry. So mothers like Saquana Pryor can focus on celebrating her child's milestone and next chapter.
There we go. We finally see a Morehouse man. Finally. We are now almost 2 minutes into this 2-minute, 20-second interview. And we finally see an actual student. We've seen Joe Biden. We've seen Mom. We've seen people from the White House. We've seen the press secretary. We've just now seen a Morehouse man.
And he'll be going to New York City, and we're super excited he's graduating with honors this weekend.
And Fox 5 will be there to cover President Joe Biden's visit and also commencement speech. Reporting live in Atlanta, Brittany Edney, Fox 5 News.
Yo, if anybody want to help me out, give me an alumni pass, I will definitely appreciate it. My fake media pass is not going to work on Sunday. I would gladly go check it out. But again, these people want there to be chaos. They want there to be foolishness at 830 Westview Drive. They want that. I'm sorry to say it. There's no other way around it. And oh my gosh, I'm just thinking about it's going to be ridiculous. Right. Why would you know that Morehouse was a black school? Oh, how would you know that? How would you know from that interview that Morehouse was not just a predominantly white school? How would you know it's not like UGA? How would you know that? It's like University of Georgia or Georgia State, Georgia Tech. All right, let's see if we do this right, Jason. Probably not. Of course not.
We're a community of over 22,000 doctors.
That's a community of doctors.
Well, in just 2 days, President Joe Biden will be in town. He is set to give the commencement speech at Morehouse College.
That's right. This decision has come with mixed reactions from both students and alumni. 11 Alive's Karis Belger live at Morehouse tonight as this visit is getting closer. Karis, what are people telling you?
Well, students and alum of Morehouse College are telling me on the one hand, they're honored that a sitting president would come and speak to the graduating class. On the other hand, some of them disagree not only with the decision to have Biden speak, but also to reward him with an honorary degree.
Facts.
As the stage and seats go up on the campus screen, Morehouse College students have varied opinions about the man chosen to speak at the college's 140th commencement ceremony, President Joe Biden.
Because, it's the president, having the president come speak for the seniors is all.
Shout out to Atlanta News First for 11 Alive, at least for having a student in here within the first minute. At least that. Shout out to y'all.
Always a great thing.
Sophomore student Tyler West says he understands why some are against the president's visit, but it's an honor nonetheless.
I know things are in the Middle East that's going bad, and but yeah, I think the president speaking for everybody is very good.
The thing that's wild is that where he is standing, there is literally I don't want to say a crack house, but there's individuals who enjoy street pharmacies and pharmaceuticals, not even 200 yards away from where he's standing right now. But you're worrying me about what's going on in the Middle East. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on in the middle of your city. I'm just trying to make it make sense.
The announcement of Biden as the 140th commencement speaker came last month. In the weeks that followed, some students began to voice their outrage at the decision, including Anwar Kareem.
I think, the students, part of having the right to protest and assemble and express our concerns is having the right to do that.
A Change.org petition began circulating, asking the college to rescind Biden's invitation, and protests popped up on campus. Kareem tells me his main opposition is the president's policies during the Israel-Hamas war. The college also elected to give Biden an honorary degree at Sunday's ceremony, a decision Kareem is staunchly against. The conversation has also sparked division among Morehouse alumni. One alum sent the following letter from the school's Alumni Association
leadership.
We'll
read that in a second.
It says, in part, wherever you stand as a member of this community, you do so at a time when Morehouse will once again be on the global stage. For now, students say they will wait to see if either the president of the college or the country will acknowledge their concerns. Now, I spoke with both Anwar and Tyler, who tell me that they realize that this is an opportunity for President Biden to campaign, but they hope at the end of the day, everyone will keep in mind the graduating seniors who will be on the lawn on Sunday. Back to you.
All right.
We're here in court with President Trump standing with him, but we need you to stand with him too. Go to donaldjtrump.com, support President Trump in his efforts.
All right, there we go. Support me in my dual face right there. All right, there we go. All right. I'm sorry, y'all. I really believe they want chaos. I believe they want unmitigated chaos on Sunday. I think that's what they want. I do understand. Shout out to Sean King. Sean King, Talcum X, reposted my video on Twitter. Okay. Okay. That's wild. I didn't see that coming. So real quick, I jumped into Twitter. That's not right. Sorry. I should fix that. All right, let's try this again. I jumped into Twitter, and I don't know why he won't show it. Anyway, I see Sean King liked my video that I'm doing. Okay, shout out to him. Okay, appreciate it. Okay, I really believe they want chaos on Sunday. I really do. And it's unfortunate because these young men that have fought really hard to become Morehouse men, that experience is going to be overshadowed because of this chicanery. I am going to pull this in. All right, so this is the alumni letter that was sent out by the Alumni Association. And let's just read through it real quick, and then I'll listen to see what y'all got to say, because y'all might say that I'm crazy. All right, so I do appreciate everybody that's liked this video. I'm glad you're finding value in it. So hopefully, if you don't mind, hit that like button. Just go ahead and hit it if you're finding value in it. If you don't like this content, you think that Jason's just loud and he's just being obnoxious and he doesn't understand because I'm calling these people children and saying they're throwing a tantrum on the cereal aisle, just hit the like button 3 times. It's kind of like the same thing. Let's go. Dear Morehouse alumni, the past several days in the Morehouse community have been exciting to say the least. To be clear, the leadership team of Morehouse College National Alumni Association supports the decision to invite and welcome the President of the United States of America, Joseph Biden, as the 2024 Morehouse College commencement speaker. All right. I'm just going to read it. This leadership team takes seriously the roles and responsibilities that come with being in partnership and in service to one of the most important institutions of higher education in America. It is in the spirit and the tradition of Morehouse men to represent a wide variety of views and opinions on matters both domestic and abroad. Okay, I got to stop right there. That is full, complete, utter crap. That's a lie. That's a whole bold-faced, unequivocal lie. You don't. We don't. Just tell the truth, House. It's okay. It's perfectly fine for you to be honest. We don't. We do not embrace everybody's ideas and notions. We don't. Just stop lying. Quit. Stop the cap, as the kids like to say. Do I have stop the cap sound effect? I don't. But let's keep going. That's not true. There is room for critical analysis, not true. A call for accountability, not true. And to make informed suggestions for better pathways forward. I don't know where you're trying to go, so I don't know what forward to where. Sometimes during discourse and debate between brothers, there are high emotions. That energy is expected, but we encourage everyone to show respect for one another. One of the things I think is really adorable is they now have gotten black people fighting black people over people that they don't even know. That is insane. It's like state-sanctioned black-on-black crime. Like, it is insane. How do you got black men fighting other black men because somebody disagrees with something going on 9 time zones away, or your response to what's going on 9 time zones away? Make this make sense. But see, that's what we've done. That's what I'm saying. This is just performative. This is nothing more than just performative art. It's just art. It's theater. We're watching theater. That's it. The current moment presents an opportunity for Morehouse alumni to put social and political views into focus. I'm sorry, man. Like, this is not true. House, this is not true. We do not shy away from praying and advocating for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza and lasting peace in the region. I'm 100,000 quadrillion %. I'm as many votes as Biden earned in the 2020 election, positive that if I ask them to be this passionate about how we murder babies in the womb 3 and 4 miles away from the Atlanta University Center, I will not get this letter written. Catch me outside. DearWokeC@gmail.com, house. Like, y'all don't demonstrate this level of passion. And please understand, the murdering of babies has been going on since time immemorial as well. So just like what's been going on in the Middle East has been going on forever, just like murder babies. So we can put the same amount of energy into that and we can see an immediate result. How about that? Because it's happening right in the Atlanta University Center, right in Atlanta. We don't need to go, you don't have to go to Hartsfield to get a resolution. The loss of civilian life during the conflict warrants immediate attention and action. Because there's no civilian life in Atlanta. Everything is sunshine and rainbows in Atlanta. Everything's fine. There's no problems, no issues. Everything is going hunky-dory, just perfect. Okay. With the same fervor, I just can't take this. With the same fervor, the Morehouse College National Alumni Association leadership team also puts our students, graduating seniors, and their families at the top of our priority list. I can give you that. We support and encourage our students' right to be expressive about their place in the legacy of Morehouse and its special brotherhood. But you're actually encouraging fighting between brethren. Okay, never mind. This includes a proud history of protests and civil disobedience in the face of injustice. And I've talked about this. I actually have an entire playlist, Morehouse versus Joe Biden. If you want to check it out, it's a playlist. I put together all my videos that I've said about this topic. I didn't realize I've done so many videos on this topic, but I'm passionate about this because I love Morehouse College. I care about Morehouse College, and I've said it before, and I'll keep saying it. I believe Morehouse College has the ability to be what turns and reshapes the Black community, period. If you look at what's going on in the Black community and you say, man, I really don't like that. I don't like that. Just look right there at 830 Westview Drive, and there is where that problem can be resolved. That's what I believe. I believe that. On a truly secular sense, Morehouse College can be the engine that drives the Black community back into sanity, because we're clearly off the rails going into Insaneville. But Morehouse College can be the way to bring the Black community back to sanity. So for us to be so focused on other people while we ourselves are in Insaneville has got to be the high watermark of absolute, utter insanity. Let us go. I'm here for it, though. DearWokeC@gmail.com. Based on our discussions with graduating seniors, some are not happy with the decision to have Biden as the commencement speaker, but others see it as an absolute honor. All of their voices are valued and have a place. Okay. Actually, I don't know why you had him come, but once he was announced, it was a wrap. It was a wrap. He's there. I'm not going to go out there protesting that he shouldn't come. I don't want him not to. He's here. It's already done. It's a wrap. He's going to be here. That's beside the point. I would love to know what was the rationale behind inviting him. I would like to have that conversation, but let us continue. Wherever you stand as a member of this community, you do so at the time when Morehouse will once again be on the global stage. As you share your opinions in private and public spaces, be convinced in your disagreements, but not disagreeable. Okay, okay. Be articulate and action-oriented when addressing the wrongs that lead to suffering in our communities. That's got to be one of the most comical statements in here. Be articulate and action-oriented when addressing the wrongs that lead to suffering in our communities. I guarantee you, if we go drive down MLK, Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, right there by Morehouse, I guarantee you they won't give me this kind of attention. And I said, what about these problems right here? What about this stuff going on right here in this community? Because it says our communities. What's going on 9 time zones away is not my community. See, that's that globalist mindset. I'm sorry, that's not it. I'm sorry, that's not right. That's not my community. My community is right here. Actually, my community is in Marietta. But I will gladly transport myself down into 830 Westview Drive and be a member of that community because that's a part of my community. What's going on 9 time zones away in the Middle East is not my community. But see, that's that mindset. And that's why they feel like they're okay with doing stuff and looking over, yelling free Palestine and this, that, and the other while there's somebody homeless right in front of you. That's insane. Sufferings in our communities and throughout the diaspora. And most importantly, we ask that you rally around Morehouse in ways that are authentic with the decorum and in respect of the young men that we are welcoming into the alumni family. This occasion of celebration belongs to them, and we must honor it. Be well, and we hope to see you soon. Brotherly, the Morehouse Alumni National Alumni Association. I agree. I just wish that we had that same passion for our own communities. I don't see what's going on in the Middle East as my community. That's not my community. And I know people are going to disagree. Write it down in the chat. Let me know that you disagree with that. Absolutely. I got zero issue, no problems with that. The problem is you are showing more passion and drive for somebody in another time zone than you are for what's immediately and directly affecting you. Because please understand, that person, that homeless person, that does directly affect you. Right there at the end of the block, that's shaking a cup, that affects you. The woman that's selling her body, the child that's strung out on drugs, that directly affects you in 4K right now. What's going on in Gaza, I understand. And you can be concerned about it. Your heart can weep for them. But your hands need to do something for the people that are in your community immediately. There's no other way to make that make sense. I'm sorry. There's no other way to make that make sense. This was a good question. Michelle asked, is it required customary to give an honorary degree to the commencement speaker? As far as I know, it is commonplace. They could have easily said, you know what, we're not going to bestow an honorary degree on Joe Biden. What we'll do is give him a plaque and say, thank you for being a commencement speaker. Give him some little tchotchke, a cup of ice cream, a bowl of pudding, and say, thank you so much. We're having an ice cream bar in Shivers Hall for you in honor of you. They don't have to give him a degree, as far as I know. Now, sure, it would be different, but I think that could have been a good, in my opinion, let me bring that back up. That was a great question, and I just lost it. Why did the question go away? Because reasons. There we go. I think it's a great question, Michelle. That would have been a great compromise, in my opinion. I think a lot of people probably would have been okay with that. Now, in retrospect, if they had just said, you know what, we're going to still have him come. We're going to give him an honorary, and instead of giving him an honorary degree, we're going to give him a little tchotchke. We ran down to, Awards Emporium and got something made over at Greenbrier Mall for him and says, thank you for being commencement speaker, and gave him that and kept it going. I don't think that would have been bad, truth be told, if they had just said, instead of even voting on it, because remember, like the first article was about them voting on it, rather than vote on it, say, hey, we're just going to give you an honorarium. Thank you so much for coming, and keep it moving. Trust me, Joe Biden wouldn't care. He's not going to do anything with his honorary degree. It's going to be in the back of Air Force One. They're going to find it when the next president moves in. It's going to be somewhere behind, Hunter's laptop. So he's not going to do anything with it. It's just honorary. It means nothing. You can't go around and call yourself doctor, anything of that nature. So why didn't they? That's a great, great question. And there you go. They could give him a participation trophy for the participation president. DearWokeC@gmail.com. Please make sure you email all complaints to management, and they will take care of it. I'm just saying. So yeah, this was just oh my gosh. I'm so disappointed. And I'm disappointed that I didn't get a ticket. So we got to figure that out. But more than that, I'm disappointed that I really feel like the news wants there to be a problem at the school this weekend. I really think they want there to be a problem. I'm praying again that there's not. I want it to be a giant nothing burger, just nothing. And then everybody's going to go about their business. But okay, so you are wrong, dear Will Christian. He is now going to start saying that he went to and graduated from Morehouse and is a valedictorian. He will straight up make stories about being on campus with MLK. You're probably right. You're probably more right than wrong, Q. You're probably more right than wrong. Y'all, I thank y'all so much. I hope you are finding value in this. I appreciate everybody that's liked the video. I do want to take a quick second, and I'm going to read through some of these comments. Your comments are dope, and I really do appreciate it. I hope that not only are you finding value in this, but I hope that it's useful and of some kind of needful for you, if you will. I thank you all for being a part of the best live chat on the planet. If you're new to the channel, this is the best live chat out there. I know you might be at other YouTube channels. You might be checking out other content creators, but you have now been blessed to be a part of the best live chat on the planet. I'm telling you right now, it's emphatic. I mean, we've gotten awards, we've got songs, we got, for real. I mean, matter of fact, I think this live chat should get an honorary degree from Morehouse as well. There you go. And Q agrees with me. Absolutely. So thank you all so much. I appreciate it. And I also want to say thank you to all the moderators. Thank you all so much for what you all do. I really do appreciate it. I don't want to let too many episodes go by without saying that I appreciate every last one of y'all for coming, for hanging out with me, listening to me rant and ramble sometimes, all that kind of good jazz. I appreciate it. And the people that don't like the video, hey, I'm glad you stopped by anyway. I appreciate you watching it. The people that did like the video, you're amazing, and I appreciate you watching it nonetheless. Let us go. Let's finish up. What does Caustic Chameleon say? Caustic Chameleon said the media absolutely wants a disturbance at the graduation. If it bleeds, it leads. You're right. They've always been the main problem, Sprosky Lady says, and I don't disagree whatsoever. I think the issue is that, and again, I've seen entirely too many people that are okay with it, though. I'm like, yo, what's wrong with y'all people? What's wrong with y'all? This is not what we do. This is not appropriate. So I just think it's wow. Yo, Michelle, you came from AV to the 7th? Oh, man. Now I know I owe AV. Thank you so much, Michelle. I appreciate you. AV has been a great content creator. I've gotten a lot of good stuff from her and the lead attorney. So if you came from over there, you're bringing some greatness to the best live chat on the planet still. We're still the best live chat on the planet. I'm telling you right now. Oh, yeah, I got some stuff I got to tell y'all. Oh, I got my notes right here. Forgot about that. So first of all, thank y'all to all my new subscribers and the new members to the channel. I appreciate all of y'all. Thank you so much for what you do. Thank you so much for your encouragement and such of that nature. My goal for this month of May was to hit 500,000 views on my videos. Kind of crazy, I know. But I appreciate y'all. We're getting there. We're getting there. So I appreciate it. I appreciate you watching these videos. I appreciate you watching the live streams. I appreciate all of it, whether it's the shorts, whatever. I appreciate you nonetheless. In respect of that, I've now started, people have asked about it, and I finally have done it. I've actually started a merchandise store. So tomorrow morning, I will be launching the Dear Will Christian merchandise store. You'll be able to pick up a couple fun shirts, coffee mugs, all that kind of good jazz like that. There's some fun ones in there. I think you'll all enjoy it. It is a constantly evolving store, however. So don't look at it tomorrow and say, oh, this is all that's there, because there'll be more stuff next Tuesday, I'm sure. Actually, I know there's going to be more stuff because I'm working on them. But so the merchandise store will be available. You can copy a nice shirt, get you a nice coffee mug, get your coaster. I think somebody was asking about my sticker. You can get your Dear Will Christian stickers. Will be coming. They're not there yet, but they will be coming soon nonetheless. So I also want to thank y'all because I put out a request for collaborations one time. I was like, hey, if you know somebody that would like to collaborate, blah, blah, blah. Y'all have sent me some great ones. So I'm hoping to make some announcements on some projects I'm going to be working with. Hopefully some content creators that you're familiar with, that you know a lot about. I don't want to put them out there just yet because I got to make sure everything goes forward, because you plan something and then it falls apart. But hopefully we're going to have some good interviews. And don't think that we've forgotten about how the Peach Rots We got some stuff for Fani. We got some stuff going on with Trump, but then also some other cases as well. What's going on in Dalton, Illinois? That is a very interesting case with Tiffany Henyard. We got a lot of good stuff coming on there. So I've talked about 3 or 4 really good persons that might be a good collaboration. So don't be surprised when you see that coming up real soon. So just want to make sure I put that out there. So tomorrow the store will launch. I'll just put it in my community post and make sure everybody has access to it. Let me know what you think about it when we do our show on Sunday. Prayerfully, tomorrow I'll be getting my alumni badge and tickets so I can go to graduation on Sunday, and then we can live stream that on Sunday. If I do get my alumni badge, I will be live streaming graduation on Sunday. I'm looking forward to it. So hopefully it'll be a good experience. If not, we might just have to do a live stream watch party or something. I don't know. We have to find it. I don't know. All right. When are we going to say it? Ask it out loud. What's in it for who? I'm going to say it looks and feels like pay to play type of situation. Michelle's talking about Biden coming to Morehouse. I mean, I don't disagree that there is some I wash your hand, you wash mine, I scratch your back, you scratch mine type of situation. But when Biden came into office and rolled back many of the things that Trump put in place that actually were benefiting historically Black colleges and universities, but now historically Black colleges and universities are regaling him. And the only reason they're pushing back is there's something going on 9 time zones away. This is insane. It makes no sense. Let's be honest, Shara says. Good to see you, sister. What do they really expect him to do about it? Fund Hamas? Send troops? Say stop being so mean? I agree. Like there's not short. If you talk to, okay, I did the video with Mark that came to my studio. They really want basically America to not do anything globally militarily. So shut down bases, stop sending weapons, literally bring all troops home, and but they don't want you to defend your borders, but they don't want you doing anything militarily abroad. So basically leave all your allies and your peers, all those kind of things, your allies and the such, leave them to their own devices. I mean, that's basically what they want. It's crazy. Then get all the puppet pressed. Okay, let me see. Good to see you. Just your average man. Always good to see you, man. Thank you so much for stopping through as well. Tawanda, always good to see you as well. I said, gave a shout out, but I could give another shout out to Sprosky Lady. Absolutely. Michelle, glad to have you on the team. Glad to have you on the team, sister. Glad to have you. All right. I didn't hit Queen Fab in the building. Good to see you. I'm really trying to figure out what will be said during the speech. It can't be no more than 5 minutes long. That's all he's got in his tank for. I want to know, I really want to talk to Dr. Thomas. What were you thinking? Who initiated Biden coming to Morehouse? That would be my first question. Who initiated? Did the White House approach Morehouse or did Morehouse approach Biden in the White House? I don't know which one. Morehouse, White House, which one? Who started first? And then from there, what was the anticipation for his participation in graduation? What was that? I would love to talk to him about that. If I ever could, I would love to hear, like, what was the thought behind that? All right, let's see what we got here. Isolationism, I could handle that if we could deal with our own border for a change. I think there has to be like a gentle balance between isolationism and matter of fact, look, literally, Briggins just jumped in. Briggins just hopped in the chat. Kevin Briggins is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Kevin Briggins is an outstanding YouTube content creator. I'm glad and honored to have him even in my phone. So I know that Kevin does a great job of commenting on this topic, and he's helped me see it's not an isolationist view and it's not a global war planet. There's a much different way, a better way to handle it. And hopefully, if I do go to graduation on Sunday, I know me and Kevin are Kevin is gonna come on the show Sunday night as we unpack graduation. So stay tuned for that. Maybe Kevin can give me like a special, since he works for the government, he can get me like a special badge or something. All right, so Sprosky Lady said, my guess, White House came to Morehouse. It's the stupid race thing. He's pandering. No argument for me at all. I totally can see that. I can also see it going the other way too, though. So that's all. What does Erna say? What's going on, Erna? This is the best live chat. Come on, that's it. That's it. Erna's speaking truth up in here, the gospel truth. Hey, if you don't like it, hit the dislike button. You got to hit the dislike button 3 times. So you got to hit three times. But I appreciate you hitting the like button, one time for sure right now. Isolationism doesn't work, Kevin says, when you have a global economy. There we go. See? Now, I agree. No argument for me whatsoever. But hopefully we can have Kevin come on and we can chop it up. Oh man, we can take Biden's commencement speech and just have some fun with it, chop it up, analyze it, so on and so forth. Hopefully there'll be no protests. It'll be a great, big, gigantic nothing burger. There'll be no protests, anything of that nature, and we'll just have a good time talking about what was said and how it could have been said differently. I think that would be great. That'd be my opinion on the matter. You know what? All right. Down in the chat, Merry Christmas, y'all. Thank you so much, Shamika Williams. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being a part of the best live chat on the planet. Thank you so very much. Oh, are we putting Tawanda in timeout? Oh, wait. Tawanda got put in timeout, y'all? We got to put her in 0-second timeout? Come on. Stay out of trouble, man. This is Friday. We trying to have a good day. I just dropped y'all a Christmas present in the chat. Y'all, come on. Let's not get put in timeout like that. I think Joey is going to try to do a campaign speech trying to win the black vote. Okay, now I'm going to say this, and I'm going to back up. I'm going to literally go back on everything I just said. Put me in timeout. If Joe Biden turns this into a campaign speech, then I'm perfectly fine with whatever protest. If he gets up there and turns it into a campaign speech and does not make the commencement speech about that 400 plus men that are sitting right there in front of him and not celebrating those men, but rather vote for me, I don't even care. Y'all do whatever y'all gonna do. I don't even care. If he does that, then y'all just do whatever y'all gonna do. I'm sorry. And I'll get right on here and I'll eat popcorn and watch whatever happens. If he turns it about him and not about those men that are sitting right there that have trudged through. And trust me, you graduated from HBCU. You've gone through a gauntlet, okay? And not celebrating these men that just literally, this is the class of 2020. Again, they probably didn't have a high school graduation. And how dare you turn their college graduation into something crazy, something foolish. I'm sorry. I'm telling you right now, I'm telling you right now, I will live stream from Sunday school if I find out that rascal got up there and talked about some doggone how great he is as president. I'm telling you right now, I'm a live stream from church. Be like, y'all, I don't even care what they do. I mean, even Biden, even Obama, you got to give him credit. Obama was a great speaker, and he was able to garner support and get people excited. Again, whether you agree with him or not is definitely the other side of the discussion, but you got to give him credit for being an orator. He at least celebrated those men that were sitting right there, and it was a monsoon rainstorm that day too. So he celebrated those men right there. If Biden get in here and start mumbling about how great a president he is and how he's done things to help the plus community and this, that, and the third. Because don't forget, the very first thing Biden did was sign bills to support the plus community and roll back what Trump did to actually support historically black colleges and universities. Shh, don't say nothing. Be quiet. So, yeah, 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 that's going to be wild. All right, what? Yeah, it's absolutely like summiting Everest. Absolutely. I mean, we make it hard for no good reason. I mean, but that's another issue for another day. Definitely another issue for another day. Joe gonna tell a story about the time he sat at the front of the bus with Rosa Parks in Montgomery. Can we go ahead and just put Kevin Briggins in timeout, ladies and gentlemen? Moderators, put Kevin Briggins in 0-second timeout. Just go ahead and make that happen. We don't have time for that kind of shenanigans, Kevin Briggins. We do not have time for that kind of shenanigans. Just go ahead and put him in 0-second timeout. Hey, Kevin, in 0-second timeout, go and scoot on over a little bit. Go and scoot on over. Go and put Queen Fab in 0-second timeout. Y'all not coming up in this chat acting crazy today. Y'all not doing this. Said Joe is going to say that he found him more. Please stop it. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. Okay. All right. Y'all are out of control this morning, man. Now that would have, you know what have been funny is asking you all to write Joe Biden's commencement speech, email it to me. I will have AI read it. Oh, that's hilarious. That's so dumb. That's so ridiculous. How dare I? Okay, here's a homework assignment. Write me, not super long. Write me at the very most a 200-word commencement speech from Joe Biden. I'm going to have AI read it, and we'll turn it into a new Dusty Comments Unit episode. That's going to be so silly. Oh, my gosh. That's so ridiculous. That's going to be so ridiculous. I know how out of control some of you people are. I know, and you can email them at dearwokec@gmail.com. 300 words tops. So like 3 good paragraphs. What is Joe Biden's commencement speech going to be? Oh my gosh. I'm crying with you, Tawanda. I'm right there with you. It is entirely too early in the morning for this, and I'm all here for it. I'm here for it. That would be hilarious. I just put it out there. If you want to, it's not in the syllabus or anything of that nature. Just send it dearwokec@gmail.com. And we will do the Joe Biden commencement episode. Oh my goodness. I can see it already, y'all. The thumbnail is going to be bananas. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Okay, please. Kevin. All right, Kevin, let's go. Get it in here. Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we're free at last. Yeah. Y'all know he gonna say something crazy. Y'all know it. Oh, please, y'all know it. What's going on? E. Todd in the building? E. Todd in the house? You know it. You know he gonna say it. You know it, Tawanda. You already know. Y'all already know how it's gonna go. And every last one of y'all gonna get put in 0-second timeout. So just letting you know that ahead of time. Once you send it to me, gonna put yourself in timeout once you hit send. All right, Joe will say he's actually a black man passing for white. His dad was a plantation owner, and his mom was daddy's favorite girl. Queen Fab, why are y'all like this? Why are y'all like this? Why are y'all like this? Tawanda, he comes from a family of sharecroppers. They lay the bricks for the Morehouse campus. There you go. Please. How many invisible people will he shake hands? Oh, Sarah comes in. Oh, y'all type Sarah in the chat. Sarah came in with y'all remember that man shaking hands with an invisible person. Please put Sarah in the chat. I was not ready to laugh at that, but then here we are. Y'all stop it. It's so wrong. Sarah came in and is going to get put in timeout. Good gracious, man. 0-second timeout is full today. At this point in the game, I think everybody's in timeout. What's wrong with y'all? Oh, my goodness. That was so good. Absolutely. I was not ready for that. Oh, man. Okay, I'm going to have to find that clip of him shaking hands with the invisible person. So when we do, okay, so when we do the the Biden commencement episode, I gotta add that to it. Oh my gosh, yes, I need to write a note for that. All right, send me a 300 word or less. What is Joe Biden's commencement speech going to be like at Morehouse College? And I'll turn it into an actual AI reading of the commencement speech, and then we will have some fun and turn it into a Dusty Comments unit. That is so out of control. Y'all are out of control. Michelle said, you guys are fire. I'm here for it all. Let me tell you, these children are out of control. Day and night, early or late, they are out of control, and I'm absolutely here with you. Now, granted, we all in 0-second timeout, but hey, whatever. It is what it is. It's comfortable here. Because they have a robot in the White House. Oh, man. Saluting the air. Oh, my goodness. Okay, I'm going to have to find some really good clips to go along with your commencement speeches. So hopefully I won't have too many of them. Don't flood your guy. But hopefully I can get some really good clips to go along with that, because I do think that's going to be hilarious. I think that's going to be Comedy South Central for sure. All right, let me see. He'll exit the wrong way. Nah, I mean, the stage is really weird. I mean, there's only one comfortable way to leave off the stage. And I'm pretty sure they're going to probably have him leave through the back of the stage. So I think it's going to be interesting, though. And, man, I don't know. That's a good question, though. It's a typical stage. The men come up one side, they get their degree, they walk off the other side. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, there's a back exit, because they have like the Glee Club comes on and sings, and of course all the dignitaries. I think that's going to be the way he probably leaves out. I'm almost certain. And there's got to be more than 2 ways off, for sure, for this event, if nothing else. Like, I wouldn't doubt that there would have to be more than 2 ways off, because just of who we got. Yeah, I don't know, Tawanda. Oh, the honorary degree. But yeah, I would love to hear, why did they choose an honorary degree instead of just saying like, hey, we're going to give you this scoop of ice cream. Thank you so very much for being our commencement speaker. God bless you. Have a great night. That would have been, I think that would have been a easy sell. We're not going to give them an honorary degree. Man, I wish I would love to know what they were thinking. Kiana said, what if he tries to get in line with the men to get his degree too? Oh my gosh. Why are y'all like this? Why are you people like this? Right, there we go, a plaque at the most, right? You're not going to do anything with it. It's going to be back of, in a closet on Air Force One. It'll be somewhere with Hunter Biden's laptop. Like, just, you didn't have to do it. You don't have to. That's a great question. I really wonder. Because somebody asked earlier, do they have to give a degree? And then, of course, do they have to? I don't know. I think they do give honorary degrees as kind of like happenstance, but I'm going to dig into that and find out, does everybody get an honorary degree from Morehouse? All right. Now I got to look it up. Does every commencement speaker? I think that's a great question, man. Of course, all that we're going to talk about is this, okay? All right. Okay, it just says that they're going to give 2 honorary degrees. Okay, I'm going to keep looking, and I don't. I'm looking through. I don't see that there's. The only time I can think, like, if you are an alum of Morehouse and you speak at graduation, I wonder, do you get a. I'm really bothered by that. I'm going to look into it. But I appreciate that. That's a great question. All right. I hope Jill is not there. He's going to call for Dr. King and ask if he's in the audience. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my goodness. Y'all are out of control. But which Joe will show up? There are several. That's a good point. That's a good point. No, he is on the bus with Rosa trying to get her out the seat. See, that's why we can't have nice things, y'all. Yeah, it's a customary effect. So it's not, you don't have to. I don't think you have to. And I think above, I'm really disappointed. Because I'm like, yo, if they had just said, because I bet you that would have solved a lot of people's issues. I know somebody asked that a long time ago, and I don't know where the question was. But I think that could have quelled both sides of the argument. The Alumni Association would not have felt some kind of way that you added Joe Biden to our Alumni Association. The students that are wanting to protest and are wanting to be upset about what's going on 9 time zones away would at least felt like you responded to what they were doing in some way. And I think that way would have been, I would have been fine with that. I'm very like, oh, why didn't we do that? That would have been great. He walked with Booker T. Washington to Hampton. Why are you like this? Yeah, that would have been I think that would have been a much better look. Interesting. I agree. He wrote Up From Slavery. Joe Biden. There you go. He wrote it right alongside while he was walking with Booker T. That's craziness. You all are out of control. But you know what? I really do appreciate y'all because y'all are. It's the best laugh I've had this morning so far. And trust me, the girls were wild, talking crazy this morning. So, all right. Yo, this is. Okay, I'm still reading. I saw another article. Oh, this is the summary. Oh, you know what? I never did show y'all this. So I told you that I would no longer support President Thomas if he did this. And let me just pull it in real quick for you. Yeah. All right. Yeah, this is the article I thought. I guess I didn't pull it in. I guess we didn't look at it earlier. Sorry about that. All right, let's go. All right, this is the one I did want to end with this one. Sorry about that. Morehouse College might halt graduation on the spot if there are disruptions when President Biden speaks. Is that not basically a big giant bullseye on commencement? Is that not that? Let's see what President Thomas said. Morehouse College's president, David A. Thomas, said Thursday he would shut down commencement ceremonies on the spot rather than allow police to remove student protesters in zip ties during President Joe Biden's graduation speech. First of all, how do you stop that? If they're zip tie worthy activities going on. How does stopping graduation stop them from getting zip tied and left and drug out? I don't get it. I don't even understand. Biden's scheduled commencement speech Sunday is at one of the nation's preeminent historically black colleges comes as school officials around the country have called in law enforcement to clear pro-Palestinian encampments and quell demonstrations in recent weeks. Yeah, I will say there's none of that going on campus. I walked around campus with y'all on last week. So that was, I don't think is really the issue, but let us continue. What we won't allow is disruptive behavior that prevents the ceremony or services from proceeding in a manner that those in attendance can partake and enjoy, Thomas said to CNN interview on Thursday. Personally, I think you're inviting the trouble by saying that you're going to cancel graduation or you're going to halt graduation on the spot. That just seems very problematic. That does not seem like the right thing to do at all. My name is Jason DearWolfC@gmail.com. So, for example, prolonged shouting down of the president as he speaks. Are you not telling them what to do? Is this not a tacit telling of what to do to cause disruption? Maybe I'm just like reading into it. Maybe it's me. If it's me, let me know in the chat. Jason, it's you. Is it me that he's literally saying, if you're prolonged shouting down of the president as he speaks, I have also made a decision that we will also not ask police to take individuals out of the commencement in zip ties. If faced with the choice, we will cease ceremonies on the spot if we were to reach that position. So is that not saying that we are not going to stop children from throwing a tantrum on the cereal aisle, and we'll just rather leave out the grocery store and not buy the groceries because we have a toddler on the cereal aisle pitching a fit? Okay. All right. I guess that makes sense. Biden's Biden's presence on Atlanta campus also comes as he seeks to persuade young voters to send him to the White House for another term, even as many have expressed frustration for the administration's continued support of the Israel military campaign in Gaza. I guarantee you that is not true. This sentence right here is a lie, a bold-faced, unequivocal lie. People are not worried about that. People are paying $4 a gallon for gas. People are paying magna cum laude levels of students for gas. That's what they're paying. They want that doggone academic probation level. They want that $1.75, $1.90. They want that, not this $3.47, $4 gas. That's what people are concerned about. They're not concerned about, I'm telling you, people are not hurting about Gaza. People are hurting because they can't afford bread. That's it. I'm sorry. There's no other way around it. You're not going to make it make sense any other way. You can say this till the cows come home, but it's not true. Thomas said the college will not allow hate speech, meaning any calls for violence against another group or individual. He said Morehouse is a place that can hold the tensions that have come to a boil at campuses across the nation. I don't think, I'm going to say this, as an alumni class of 1999, Morehouse College does not have the moral high ground to speak to issues in the community like it did in the past. The only way, and I think Morehouse has the ability to, but at the current moment it's bankrupt and it can't. It's writing bad checks. It can't speak to these issues and drive the conversation to a place of resolution because they don't know the resolutor. They don't know Christ. They're empty and vacuous statements. So whether you're protesting this or whether you're protesting that, whatever it is, it matters none because you're not bringing people to a place where they can actually find resolution. The issue is that there are sinners 9 time zones away doing sin. But while I'm looking, as a sinner myself, at those people 9 time zones away, I'm looking over other sinners here in the metro Atlanta area that are doing sinful things. That's it. I can make it real plain. But let us continue, because I see somebody talking about Houston. What's going on in Houston? Oh, my word. Okay, I'm trying to read. Sorry. All right. Let us continue. Let us go. Across the nation. I would rather be the first president have a failed commencement than to say you are less important than ceremonies of this institution, Thomas told. Wait, what? I would rather be the first president to have a failed commencement than to say you are less important than the ceremonies of this institution, Thomas told CNN. See, I read a different article on this topic, but now I don't think I even like President Thomas anymore. I don't even think I like him anymore. Our graduation does mean more than somebody pitching a fit on the cereal aisle. But you've literally just told them, we will allow you to shut down our graduation. You might as well just give up homecoming, my guy. You can give up homecoming. You can give up new student orientation. You can give it all up at this point. If you give up graduation, there's nothing else that. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I really believe. Yeah, I don't believe that President Thomas wants the right thing now. I'm sorry. I watched a video earlier, but this was not what he was talking about. I don't think President Thomas has the right perspective on what graduation means to me, what it means to my brothers, what it means to those who will be graduating. If you tell me that you will cancel graduation because 40 people are misbehaving and you don't want the police to rally them out, maybe, just maybe, you expel them on the spot. Maybe they lose their degree instantaneously. You will not march across the stage. And please understand, when they march across the stage, they get an empty folder. They still don't have their degree. They get their degree on Monday or the following, usually on Monday. So you march on Sunday, it's all perfunctory. So you get the folder. Where's mine? Okay, so this is my dean's list. Nope, this is not it. See, I did go to Morehouse though, so you can see. It just says I was on the dean's list. Where's my degree? I think my wife put all of ours together, hers and mine. So I think that's what happened because mine was behind me. Anyway, you get a folder. You get that big gigantic folder, but there's nothing in it. Your degree, you get your degree on Monday. So how about this? If you act a fool on Sunday, you get expelled instantaneously. So all 4 years, however long it took you to get to this point, however much you spent, is out the window. I guarantee you people won't act a fool then. But you just literally told them, President Thomas, if they act a fool, they still gonna become graduates. And they're going to still, no, sir. There needs to be consequences to that action. But let us finish, Jason, because I need to go. I can't believe this. I thought about it from the vantage point of how should Morehouse show up as an institution. And we should never put the ego of the institution above our values. And one of our values is to see the humanity in all, he added. This is inconsistent. How did I not get this article before? This is inconsistent, President Thomas, because y'all don't do anything for what's going on in the West End. You're completely nose blind to the men and the women that are suffering from poverty and so on and so forth right there within the Atlanta University Center. Now, we've successfully raised a bunch of those crack house apartments and trap houses that were around the school, and you're building new student housing and so on and so forth. I think that's caused you to think that there are no longer issues in the immediate area. Maybe that's what it is. But no, sir, they're still there. You've just run them out further away from the school, but they're still there. People are still getting robbed on campus. People are still having issues happen. Assaults are still happening at bus stations and so on and so forth. But you're worried about stuff going on 9 time zones away. And you have the audacity, the unmitigated gall to say, we should never put the ego of the institution above our values. What are our values, sir? And one of our values is to see the humanity in all. I'm sorry, what are they, sir? Thomas said Morehouse faculty members earlier Thursday voted to award Biden an honorary degree, which again, I disagree with. He said Biden's decades as a public servant, as well as his domestic and international leader whose body of work merits an honorary degree from Morehouse College. Okay. I vehemently disagree with that. I'm not going to even say it anymore. We need some place in this country that can hold the tensions that threaten to divide us, Thomas said. We look around some of the most venerable institutions of higher education have canceled commencement, canceled valedictorian speeches because of their having spoken out and exercised their rights to free speech. But sir, you just said you're going to cancel our graduation. And so what you're saying is that these men's accomplishment of graduating, of trudging through the foolishness that we create in a historically black college and university that is unfounded. There's no reason for some of the foolishness that you have to go through when you start as a freshman and when you end as a graduate. There's a lot of it is just complete and utter asinine, poor leadership, horrible, dumb stuff. What you just said is that those men's accomplishment of coming in August of 2020 and now graduating in May 2024 doesn't matter. Okay? Because somebody else is free speech. And you said it's ego of the institution to continue, and rather than say y'all are expelled on the spot. Rather than that, you would rather tell these men, 400 men that are going to be graduating, hey, y'all, we're going to cancel your graduation. I know your grandmother came. I know your uncle came. Your mom and your family, your brothers and sisters and that came. Your church members came to support you and encourage you and celebrate you. But we're going to cancel it because we got some children pitching a fit on the cereal aisle, and we can't be adults and say this is inappropriate. Mr. Thomas, I disagree with you, sir. Thomas said the college. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, Thomas said the college would allow silent, non-disruptive protests, even students turning their chairs or their backs on Biden, which he said would embarrass him. As long as you don't conduct yourselves in a way that deprives others from being able to participate, consume, and celebrate this moment, said Thomas, who has led Morehouse since 2018. But you just said that you're going to cancel graduation on the spot if they don't do what you want them to do. Why are you even opening the door to allow them to behave in this manner? Silent protests. You want. Silent protests. Silent protests. You want to walk across the stage in a piece of garment that identifies your moral connection to either side of this conflict, because we also have Jewish students here. You can do that. CNN reached out to the White House for comment. Protests. I don't even understand that sentence. That didn't make sense. Protests have erupted on college campuses across the country as students have demanded the universities divest from Israel, but not divest from the All right, I've said it enough. So, I mean, I think at this point, I've already said where I stand on this. And if you disagree with me, then so be it. If you think that performative outrage about what's going on in another hemisphere is more important than what's going on right here in the Atlanta University Center, right here at Emory, right here at Georgia State, if you think that that's more important than that, I can't convince you otherwise. I don't have an ability to help you see it any other way. I disagree with this. I'm sad because I know what I had to do, because I was able, as a education major, I was able to take 4 years of education and jam it into 6. Okay. I know, a superstar, right? So I know how difficult it was. And I know what I felt like 6 o'clock in the morning, 5 something in the morning on that Sunday morning, walking into King's Chapel. I can only imagine what those young men feel like, but on the heels of knowing all of this chicanery and foolishness is going on. I didn't have any of that chicanery and foolishness. I was just thanking God that my name was on the list and they had my name. They were going to call my name. That was it. That's the only foolishness I had. That was it. But these men got all of this lingering over their head. At any moment, you could cancel graduation. And instead of my dad, my grandparents, I'm third generation Morehouse. My dad married his Spelman sister, his Spelman sweetheart. So instead of my family being able to celebrate, you could potentially derail the whole thing because somebody pitches a fit and you don't want to see the police cart them off in zip ties. So I can no longer, I have no value as one that is following instructions, the one that is doing the right thing, the one that is honoring the commencement speaker, whether I like him or not. I have no value. You're giving the value to the children that are pitching fit on the cereal aisle. Commencement ceremonies are taking place against the backdrop of police barricades and heightened law enforcement presence, metal detectors, and other security measures. Biden has been confronted by some protesters during his own speeches and campaign events. A Biden speech on abortion rights at George Mason University in Virginia earlier this year was marred with more than a dozen protests over the administration's support of Israel. Isn't that amazing that they're more concerned? Listen to this. A Biden speech on abortion rights, the right to munch up babies in the womb, the right to dismember little people, defenseless children, at George Mason University in Virginia earlier this year was marred by more than a dozen protesters over the administration's support of Israel. We're lost. This generation's lost. We literally have people arguing to allow the murder of babies, but then they have an issue with the quote unquote genocide, quote unquote, whatever's going on in the Middle East. That's bad, but munching up babies in the mother's womb is a right. Okay. DearWolksy@gmail.com. Biden also is expected to deliver a commencement address to the United States Military Academy at West Point on May 25th. Yo, man, we're in trouble. We as a people are in trouble. We gotta talk to tech team. I need Taylor back, man. Where's Taylor? This wouldn't happen, man. Taylor was running this show. I'm telling you, man, Taylor was great. Yeah, and that was Yahoo News. I should have put those in the description. I'm sorry, I didn't put those in the description. Yeah, I don't even understand how we're having this discussion, but I'm gonna have brothers argue with me, tell me that this, that, and the third. I'm having this is just where my focus is. But your focus is not on our own community, like our own community. Black people, we have some bona fide issues. And again, I'll say it, Morehouse can be the catalyst for serious and lasting generational change in our Black community. And we are literally wasting it, squandering it away for something going on 9 time zones away. I don't get it. I have mine somewhere, Q. I have mine somewhere. I think I know where it is. There's a box full of pictures, and I can see it in my mind. I'm assuming it's there, but maybe I'll find it. I gotta double check, but I'm almost certain I know where it is. But yeah, y'all, I'm deflated right here. Like, man, we're in trouble, man. It makes no sense. I'm like, how are we supposed to? Literally, this man just said he is going to cancel graduation, which again is next to homecoming. I'm sorry, it's above homecoming, but homecoming is definitely a tight second. This is the quintessential event in our Morehouse journey. As students, there's a last event. And I'm like, how in the name of the Lord are you going to say, if the kids start throwing a fit on the cereal aisle, we're going to just go ahead and leave out the grocery store and not get food? No, nobody's going to eat because brother Tommy, brother Billy is kicking and screaming and acting a fool. So we'll just go ahead and cancel rather than tell little Tommy and little Bobby, you're going to get tightened up. I guarantee you, if the specter of you will be expelled on the spot, instantaneously expelled, was hanging over the heads of those who are going to protest and act a fool, I guarantee they would think second. They would think again. They would think again, like, I don't know if I want to lose the whole thing. Like everything. The whole 4 years will be gone. You just blew it away for somebody 9 time zones away. And hear me. I am against the murdering of babies. I am pro building up and supporting the Atlanta University Center community. And if I wanted to protest at graduation, I would be just as wrong. Graduation is not for protest. Graduation is for celebrating the accomplishment of these 400 plus men that have gone through the gauntlet. If you got done in 4 years, trust me, that is an admirable hats off type of effect. And it needs to be celebrated and acknowledged. But rather than that, you just told them, President Thomas, that if somebody starts pitching a fit on the cereal aisle, you'll pause graduation. And if it gets bad enough, you'll cancel graduation. What's going on, Bible Dingers? Good to see you, man. Grace and peace. This is Bible Dingers in the building. Yo, hey, look, I was feeling mighty bad a moment ago. I was feeling deflated. I was feeling like, man, I can't imagine what I would feel like if that happened to me. I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't know what to do. If I had finally gotten to almost the finish line and they just canceled the race. Like I've finished my course and they just cancel the race. Like, oh, race is over. Turn the lights off. Let's start picking everything up. And I don't get a chance to run across the finish line. But then I look up and my brother Nick is in the building from Bible Dingers. And I said, you know what? You're right. You know what? There's still hope in Christ. So good to see you. Hey, by the way, this is a great content creator right here. They're doing some great things, having discussions between Christians and other belief systems and having those fine, detailed conversations. So go check out Nick at Bible Dingers. Great guy. Fantastic brother. I'm glad to have him on my phone as well. Glad to have you here, Nick. Thank you so much, man. Good to see you, brother. So yeah, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me this morning. I appreciate you all adding commentary to the discussion and making the discussion light. But yeah, man, I don't even know what to say about that. I don't even know what to say about that. And Tawanda summed it up right there. He has told you how he feels about his students. I agree, man. Like those 400 students, those 400 men sitting on that field. Let me pull up so y'all can see what I'm talking about. We're going to do this real quick. I know y'all like, look, Chase, I'm tired of y'all. But I'm just going to show you this real quick. All right, so, all right, let me show you why I am so dogmatic about graduation. I really want to paint this picture so you can get the like, oh, I kind of get it now. I understand why he's like this. I'm not arguing for, some black only state or anything crazy like that. I just believe that this is the institution that God can use to literally, outside of the church, can be a serious. All right, what you're seeing right here is from the stage. So you're looking out, and all of that mass of humanity, those are the alumni. Those are the men that have just graduated, and they are singing our college hymn. And I want you to just watch. And this is what this man just said. He will put the kibosh on. He will stop this experience for these men right here because somebody's pitching a fit in the cereal aisle. Because somebody don't know how to behave when we got guests in the house. Watch. Watch this, watch this. Watch this, watch this. Holy Spirit, make us steadfast, honest, true. Through a Morehouse and our ideals, and in all things that we do. Sorry about that. So rather than give those men that have worked hard, I don't doubt that anybody's worked hard, not worked hard rather, to become Morehouse men. President Thomas just said that he would derail them this experience. Now, granted, we do sing the school hymn all the time. I've seen people singing at the gas station. Okay, I got you. We do it all the time. But my goodness, in the morning, you would rather not allow them this experience of for the first time singing Dear Old Morehouse with their brothers because some children pitched a fit on the cereal aisle. I cannot support President Thomas. I'm sorry. It was bad enough that you invited Biden. It was bad enough that you wanted to give him an honorary degree. But the idea and the notion that you would hang a specter over these men's head that your graduation could be canceled. Your graduation could be canceled because all of these people behind them, that's moms and dads. Those are grandmas and grandpas. Those are cousins and nieces and nephews and aunties and all that stuff and church members. That's all of them back there. Wives and children are back there. That was a bad look, my guy. That was a bad look, President Thomas. Oh, my goodness. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, guy. Yeah, an honorary degree is only adding fuel to the fire of discontent. Could have been a participation trophy. Yeah. So I just wanted y'all to see that. This is why I'm saying graduation's off limits. And again, I am still praying that it's just a giant nothing burger. Nothing happens. Nobody gets in trouble. Nobody gets arrested. No shenanigans, no chicanery. It's just a big old nothing. And then it's over. 4.5 hours tops. Might be a little bit longer because for these men, because you got to be there early in the morning. So maybe let's just say it's an 8-hour day, but after that it's over. Yeah, I think it's wild, but let me know what y'all think down in the comments below, please, if you don't mind. Drop me a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think, Jason, you're a little bit too much. You're doing the most, my guy. You think I'm a lap too far? I would appreciate it. Let me know. Let me know. I appreciate you for liking this video. If you didn't like the video yet, is this the song on the internet? Is this the song on the internet? I mean, this is Dear Old Morehouse. Y'all want to hear Dear Old Morehouse again? You know I'm always for it. Tawanda, here it is. Just so you can hear it in, this is the Glee Club singing Dear Old Morehouse.
Dear old Morehouse, dear old Morehouse, we have lived our lives to thee, and give ourselves in loyalty, true forever, true forever, to old Morehouse may we be. So to my niece on the other, into ties more brotherly. Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit, make us steadfast, honest, true, to Morehouse and the ideals, and in all things that we do.
All right. I'm totally done. I'm finished. I don't even know what to say. The fact that, and I just think about how much my brothers and I enjoy participating and singing that song, and all that it means to us to be brothers, to be Morehouse men, to be fathers, to be sons, and of course, believers in Christ. And to know that we were able to make it through this event, and now on the other side, see others coming across. And it's a great time to celebrate and to hear the president of my school, the president of my college, say that he would cancel graduation for that. That's amazing. I have to admit, I am undone. I am totally undone. There was a YouTube interview. He didn't say that, but I read it. I just read it. I kind of wish I hadn't even read it. Donna, graduation starts at 8:00 on Sunday. But you have to have a ticket, and somebody did not get a ticket. So I have a project to do at the studio at noon. I'm gonna go do that. And I'm gonna try to slide on by the college, see if I can find me a ticket. Be out there shaking a cup, saying, "Hey, you got a ticket? You got a ticket? Can I get in?" And if not, then we'll just have to do. I just won't be able to do it. I don't know what I was thinking. I have no idea what I was thinking. So, But yeah, graduation is at 8 o'clock. I could do that. I mean, I have my cap and gown upstairs. Now that I could get away with. I'm trying to think. Well, you know what? I think I got my master's cap and gown. Man, y'all got me thinking like, that would be so crazy. That would be. I'm sure that you're not getting on campus. You're probably not even getting within a block of campus without some kind of pass, ticket, armband, something. I'm sure of it. So I'm not gonna look. I don't need y'all. I don't need y'all coming to my defense and using the Rico. I'm not gonna need. I don't want to be in jail trying to call y'all, ask y'all to take up a collection for your boy. But that would be funny though. That was well played. I can rock with that one. That was actually pretty good. Yeah. So I'm gonna probably just now that I know I don't have a ticket, unless I have a ticket. If I don't have a ticket, I'm probably gonna go to Sunday school. Probably just go to church, and I'll probably just collect the live stream and maybe come on live and we'll just talk about it and just discuss it. But I really want to see it from the whole thing. And I'm kind of mad that I can't show y'all the whole thing, but because I know it's going to be snippets and tidbits and all that kind of stuff, but it'll have to be what it is if I don't get down there. So 8 o'clock a.m., Sarah. So yeah, brothers are there. Brothers have to be there like 5 o'clock in the morning, definitely by 6 to line up and get ready. And procession starts at like 7:30. Joe gonna be in line. Joe might be in line. Bless his heart. Right. We don't need no federal charge. I don't need no federal charges. I don't know. We don't need that. Not federal incarceration money because you got arrested by Secret Service. Yeah, I can't even imagine. Oh my gosh. It's gonna be craziness. But I agree with Brenda right here wholeheartedly. There are 3 crime bills that Biden created and targeted the Black community. That's what I'm saying. And that's just the tip of the racist iceberg. He has no business at HBCU. He cut funding to HBCUs. I'm trying to tell you. Okay, now this right here I disagree with. Are you saying that that affects me directly? I'm not 100% certain I understand what you mean there, Brenda. But all right, so yeah, Tawana's been rocking the one-liners today. I agree, Shara, absolutely. All right, my good people, this was a lot of fun. Thank you all. Looks like 390 of y'all were watching with me. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate you. Thank you, everybody that has hit the subscribe button. Everybody's turned on the bell notification. Thank you to all of the new members that have been supporting the channel. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot. It really does, that you find value in this crazy guy ranting about his alma mater, making a decision that he doesn't agree with. But I appreciate y'all hanging out. I did think that it was going to be beneficial for the whole community to kind of better understand what the big brouhaha is, especially, God forbid, if something happens on Sunday. This information will definitely be useful to help you understand why I disagree with Biden being there, number one, and maybe why some of these people have chosen another path to disrespect their alma mater like that. But I really do appreciate. Oh, it's super early, Shara. Oh my goodness. Like if I did, I would be live streaming at 7:30. If I get down, if I do get a wristband, I will probably be down at like 7:30 and probably start live streaming soon thereafter. So, because I want you to see the whole thing. That's why I'm really kind of kicking myself. Like I should have been at this all week. maybe he's afraid of what Biden says that will be embarrassing to him and Morehouse. I'm sorry. No, I don't think that's the case, Erna. Because at that point, he should have not had him come at all. Okay. All right. So I think Brandon Burks. Good to see you, Brandon. Brandon Burks says, how do you feel about Dr. King speaking out and demonstrating against the Vietnam War? He told people to file as a conscientious objector. He said that we, especially blacks, shouldn't support that. That is not one of the least things I disagree with Martin Luther King Jr., and he is a Morehouse alumni. I disagree with King there. I disagree. But please understand, remember, with the Vietnam War, we were literally sending our men and boys to the war. We're not involved in what's going on in Israel right now. We're not involved in it. We're involved in it tacitly because we're sending supplies. But we're not physically. There's no American soldiers conscripted to go to Israel. None. So multiple phases. I disagree with King on a lot of things. Lots of things. And we can have a whole entire show about that. I don't believe that the Israel-Palestine, Vietnam War are the same things because we're not in that war. Same thing with World War II. We were in the war. We were in it. This is just a proxy war. And you notice that we're real quick to get involved in other people's skirmishes, aka Ukraine, aka what's going on here. Remember that? I mean, we're quick to do that and get in our feelings about stuff that's stateside. Because at the end of the day, Brandon, I just want to talk about what's going on here in the United States. Outside of this building, outside of Graves Hall, where'd it go? Put my video back in. With Pac. All right, so this is King's Chapel. Yeah, I pointed that out to you. Right outside this building, is an entire community of people that look like me, highly melanated people that are financially and emotionally, spiritually bankrupt. They could use some support. They could use some encouragement. They could use some of the energy that we're applying toward dealing with somebody that's 9 time zones away. They could use that kind of appreciation, man. So please forgive me if I'm not as passionate about what's going on 9 time zones away when there are there are possible Morehouse men, possible Spelmanites, possible Clark, Atlanta University students, possible Morris Brown college students that will never exist because we have unfettered, unrestrained murder of babies on wholesale. So I'm sorry if I'm not as equally as passionate about schools and hospitals and buildings being destroyed on other sides of the country, other sides of the world, with groups of people that have been at war since time immemorial. I'm sorry. I just can't seem to get as excited and passionate about that when we murder our own youth without restraint. I'm sorry, Brandon. I can't get behind it. Maybe you can help me understand it. Maybe you can help me fathom it. Why should I be that concerned when we don't care about here? Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. King was wrong. King was wrong on a lot of things. So let me just say that. DearWokesee@gmail.com. Please feel free to email me your concerns. King was wrong on so many levels. It's more of a question of where was he right. All right. Just read a report today how they got water issues in Detroit, Michigan. Whatever happened to Flint, Michigan? Like, there are so many things here in the United States that we could be equally concerned about. And again, I don't agree with sending so much support to other countries, but we don't even have our own borders secure. I don't agree really taking in their refugees and giving their refugees support when the military vet that helped bring those people here, that is dealing with some mental issues, that's dealing with chronic issues, is living in a homeless shelter on Skid Row. To me, I just don't understand it. And I can't get behind it. We got entirely too much. And for goodness sakes, we can knuckle this up all the way till about 7:25 on Sunday. And then we stop. And we allow to celebrate these men that are graduating. And then we can come back and we can go back and duke it out afterwards. Yeah, just amazing, man. Just amazing. Yeah, like this right here. Did I lose it? I did lose it. I just want these men to be able to celebrate the accomplishment that they've done unrestrained, just like I did. I had mine. I was unrestrained. I was able to celebrate, and my family was able to see me walk across that stage. I just want them to have the same experience. So, all right. Man, thank you so much. Oh, wait, was that a... Thank you, Canton Hag. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you. Super sticker. I apologize. Super sticker. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Thank you so very much. Grace and peace. Thank you so much. Oh, I gotta give you a shout out. Rico. Helping me out with my Rico Defense Fund. Absolutely. I think I'm off Fonny's list at the moment. I think. I think I'm off Fonny's list. I might not be in trouble anymore with Fonny, but we'll see. I place a lot of blame on the feet of President Morehouse, allowing Biden to speak, allowing the honorary degree, and no leadership to focus students' body on impacting the community. Y'all put Texas in the chat, because transplanted Texan is just bringing it. Put Texas in the chat, and let's go ahead and put Canton Hag in the chat as well. We got to. Thank you so much for the super chat. We got a super sticker. And then we got to just put Texas in the chat. Just let them know, man. We appreciate that. That's what I'm talking about. For the life of me, I don't even know what you saw in Biden to bring him in the first place. I'm going to keep saying that. What were you excited about bringing Biden in the first place? What? I don't get it. Like, what were you, what? That is akin to bringing a streetwalker to your church to preach a sermon. What were you excited about? What were you doing? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna put myself in timeout in a minute. I'm like, what in the world? Goodness gracious. All right, so the plan at the current moment is I do need to get over to the studio so I can work on this edit. Once I get done, I'm gonna slide on by the school, see if I can get on over there. Hey, yo, you got that graduation ticket? What's up? See if we can make it happen. If I do have a graduation ticket, I will be at graduation on Sunday. If not, I'll probably just Sunday afternoon, I'm going to go to church. And then Sunday afternoon, we'll just do a review of what happened. I'll make sure everybody's aware of it. So everybody, I appreciate y'all so much. I thank you all. Thank you very, very much for, is it me or is Jason's live stream breaking up? I hope not. It looks good on my end. It's glitching? I'm sorry. Everything looks good on my end, so I'm sorry. But I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you so much for not only the support, the encouragement. Thank you for the prayers. Thank you for all that just makes this live chat amazing. And you all are great. I'm looking forward to seeing you all real soon. I did drop the Dear World Christian store, the merchandise store, in the chat as well. Feel free to check it out. See what you think about it. Give me some feedback. We will be doing some surveys for the next series of shirts that'll be coming out. Tawanda, thank you so very much. What is that? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Tawanda says, if we don't know our history, we will continue to live in it. Absolutely. And man, come on. Thank you so much, Tawanda, for the very gracious super chat. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Monkey Flower. I'm on the TV, the cell phone, and the tablet. I'm telling you right now. We big. There goes Independent Mail. What's happening, man? Grace and peace. Make sure y'all thank Tawanda. Thank you so much for blessing me. Thank you so much. Give her a shout out. And what's going on, Independent Mail? Fantastic content creator. Y'all go check out what he's doing over there as well. You got your Wakanda shirt already, Independent Mail? What's up? Oh, man. All right. The problem is, take a sign saying, we'll edit videos with Now, that would probably work. I like it. I like it. It'll probably work for sure. But the problem is I got to get done with a video for one particular lady, Dear Woke Christian, because I forgot to finish her video. So she's going to come in on the head if I don't get it to her by the end of the day. But y'all, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Thank you so much. Brianne Hill, I apologize. I'm going to get ready to bug out of here because I got to get over to the studio before I don't get done. And then Lady Dear Woke Christian punches me in my ear because we don't want that. We don't need that kind of violence. But y'all, I'm going to see you all real soon. Thank you all for your support. I appreciate each and every one of you. And until next time, everyone, grace and peace. Take care.